Alright, here's a good question for solving linear systems of equations. It says Joanne can run 6 meters per second on a paved road and 5 meters per second on sand. If she runs a total of 980 meters in 3 minutes, how long was she on sand? Alright, now the question is, how long was she on sand? It's good to remember that just to keep our answer simple. This indicates the relevant variable that we want to use would be time. It's a little complicated because we had time and we had distance there. We had velocity. Let's stick with time because that specifically answers the very question being asked. Okay, so we're going to let P be the amount of time she spent on the paved road in seconds, and S will be the amount of time she spent on sand in seconds. So the paved road time plus the sand time is 3 minutes, but 3 minutes is 180 seconds. Now, the next question is a little tougher. The next equation, excuse me. Since she moves at 6 meters per second on a paved road, if she spends p seconds on a paved road, the distance that she'll run on that road will be 6 meters per second times the number of seconds, or in other words, 6p. And the total distance she travels on the sand will be 5 meters per second times the time on the sand, or in other words, 5s. And so we know the total distance on paved road plus the total distance on sand is 980, and that gives us our second equation. So looking at that, we realize we have two equations, two unknown variables. That looks good so far. And what we're going to do, we can solve by substitution or elimination. Let's go with elimination. In the last couple of videos we've done, we used substitution, but we can use elimination here. Now, since they want to know how long she spent on sand, what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate P. So I look up at my first equations and I realize if I multiply this entire equation by 6, I'll have like coefficients in front of the P, and so then what I can do is subtract. So I'll do that, and I get multiplying the first equation by 6 gives me 6p plus 6s equals 1080. Keeping the second equation the same gives me 6p plus 5s equals 980. Since my coefficients in front of p are the same, I can eliminate them. And since the sign is the same, I'll do that by subtraction. Subtracting 6p minus 6p eliminates the p term. Positive 6s minus positive 5s gives me s. 1080 minus 980 gives me 100. So the length of time spent on the sand is 100 seconds.